Hello, welcome to the Stress Hackers stretch. And today, your prop will be a tennis ball. I never could catch. Okay, so today's prop is a tennis ball, and this is going to help you to feel so amazing, so relaxed and stretched without doing many yoga poses. So let's start in Shavasana. Just have a little lay down into corpse pose, lying flat on the floor. And even though you may have a backache, just for the moment, lay like this, just to scan. Begin to tune in, close your eyes. So often in my classes, I will suggest props to help with tight backs and so on. Deliberately today, we're just laying flat on the floor so that we can notice any imbalances. You know, is one hip lifting a little higher than the other? Is one foot perhaps rolling out more than the other? Do you feel slightly tighter on one side of your back than the other? Maybe one shoulder feels a bit more scrunched up. So just notice and take a deep breath, aiming to engage lower diaphragmatic abdominal breathing. Just take a moment to bring yourself back to a connection with your breath. So when your mind wanders, bring your awareness back to your in-breath and your out-breath. And at the moment, you can either breathe out through your nose or out through your mouth, but please breathe in through your nose, even if you feel a bit blocked up. And sometimes help to relax by using the sound sh or s or f as you breathe out. Okay, gently bend your knees. Okay. Walk your feet in close to your buttocks. Just to lift your buttocks, scoot them down so you can lengthen out in the lower back. Gently bend the knees to the chest. One hand on each knee, fingers pointing away from you. Very gently rock your knees toward you and away from you. Toward you and away from you. As if we could iron out the sacrum, this butterfly-shaped bone that gets very scrunched up and tight from sitting down for too long or standing for too long or just general stress and tension. Excellent. And then just very small hip circles by circling the knees. Keep your mind on your breath, or just be aware of the part of the body that we're working with. So be aware of the sacrum, the back of the hips, perhaps even the knees. Taking that circle back round in the opposite direction. Be here now. It's the only bit that's real. The past has gone, even 5 minutes ago has gone. We're not in 10 minutes time yet, so just be here now. Bringing the awareness to the breath, rest in the center. And if you can take your hands around your shins, great. If not, you can just slide them around the back of the thighs. If you can interlink your fingers, great. And just a small sideways move, as if you're gently pummeling, or not pummeling, but just gently stretching out the muscles in the back by rolling them across the floor, using the floor to help ease out tension in the muscles. Okay, then you're just going to roll over onto one side and bring yourself up to sitting. So you can sit into Dandasana for a moment. That's stick pose or staff pose, pulling the flesh of the buttocks out. And so the first thing that I'd like us to do is to come to standing in Tadasana. Asana means pose, as I'm sure you know. So just standing in Tadasana, and we're going to do Uttasana, standing forward bend. So those of you that are tight in the hamstrings, you'll probably need to bend your knees anyway. But we hinge forward from the hips. We come into Uttasana, standing forward bend. So I'll show you from the side. So to the best of your ability. Obviously, I've been doing yoga for a long time, and I practice reasonably frequently, so I would expect to come this far down. Some of you might find that you're just here or even here. Or better still, to bend the knees. Can help just to draw the navel in and into your forward bend. Okay, and straighten your legs now to the best of your ability by either bringing your hands onto the shins. So straightening the legs to the best of your ability, just so that you can see how tight you are here. Excellent, rolling up. Now, you'll probably want to hold on to something stable, and taking, it doesn't matter what foot you start with because we're going to do both. Just going to roll your foot around your tennis ball or a golf ball or a chi ball. I should have had them here to show you, but I've even got a big pebble that occasionally I roll my instep, the edge of arch of my foot over this. But the tennis ball is best, so keep going, keep rolling it around as much as your foot, your heel, the inside edge of the foot, outside edge of the foot as you can. And we just do the other side as well. So rolling it around, and if you can, just bear to have a little bit of pressure on it as well. Now, we never work through pain in yoga, but we do work through discomfort. You have to find your edge. Trust yourself, tune into yourself. That's why we don't want to be in the future and in the past and all over the place. We want to be here now to listen to the feedback from the body, sense what's happening. And actually, there's a painful bit. Well, not painful, it's uncomfortable. And I'm going to hover there just a bit longer, just rolling around. So it's kind of pleasure, pain, kind of, it's like, ow, is that painful? No, it's not. It's just uncomfortable. So I always think of pain as maybe being sharp, burning, not good feelings, but this kind of achy, bruised feeling that when we press into it sometimes, it can relieve a blockage in the body. A lot of the nadis or the meridians start around the toes and the feet. Okay, and now we're going to come down onto your knees into Vajrasana, sitting on the heels, and then the same thing, just using the tennis ball to roll around. You might want to, I'll show you on the side, you might want to tuck the toes of the back foot under while you just roll around here, putting a bit of pressure on, maybe staying there, rolling around just to get a really good bit of pressure. Keep breathing. Sounds ridiculous, doesn't it? But we hold our breath so many times during the day. If we have a fear thought or a deadline thought or a past anxious thought, you know, we can hold the breath. Okay, do the other side as well. Okay. Just rolling around as much of the heel, the inner arch, the edge of the foot, maybe leaning there for a moment, finding that slightly uncomfortable spot and spending a bit of time there. And that's good. Great, okay. So we're just going to come into dog down. Walk the hands toward the feet, feet toward the hands, hands toward the feet, feet toward the hands. Slowly roll up so that we can have another go at the forward bend. So those of you that are able to hinge from the hips forward into your Uttasana, standing forward bend, wonderful. If you're unable to do that and you need to bend your knees, that's okay too, until you can bring your hands to the feet or to the floor or to the shins and straighten the legs. And just see, just by working with the fascia on the feet, that you're actually able to have a lot more flexibility already in the back of the legs. Okay. And coming back up and tune into the next video. Thanks for spending time with me. I'm Sue, the Stress Hacker. Check out my website and help yourself to my free products, meditations and so on. Thank you.